Huelsman. Did I get it?
Yes.
Welcome to Creative Breeze Podcast, a podcast sponsored by AIJ Pittsburgh, talking to creative professionals about their processes, philosophies, and attitudes about design. I'm Carl Huelsman, and I'm joined here with my co-host, John Degore.
What's up?
And
It's not a podcast, it's a presentation.
Sorry, I just getting in the moment, John. I apologize.
It's okay. I mean, that's how Carl usually opens the show. So we're going to go with why. Why start a podcast? Well, as an AIG board member, I was trying to figure out something different to do for the community to give them something else besides just events and posters and blah, blah, blah. So what would we do? Like, how can we give something to our local design community that would benefit them besides the things that they always get? So it was just a matter of creating content. Content is king. We're eating content, well, I would say, consuming content in all types of different forms nowadays. Through our phones, our laptops, TVs, you know, the internet's crazy. Movies, YouTube videos,
Facebook.
And of course our favorite, you know, podcasts.
Yes.
So, leading into podcasts, what would I do? Well, I listen to a bunch of podcasts. I listen to Smodcat, I listen to Nerdist, Debbie Millman Design Matters, who some people may be familiar with. And most of them are always saying the same thing, you know, if you like what we do, you can do it too, so why not just do it? So I had this little idea in my head after attending some AIJ leadership retreats, like, this is what we can do. We can give content to our people, but I couldn't do it alone. So why would I do it alone? I think it's better for both of us, for me to have a co-host to create a better continuity over episodes, and it takes off half the work because I don't want to edit this crap. So that's what Carl does. He edits. And I basically facilitate some of the interviews. But together we create a better dynamic when we're interviewing our guests because we can be ourselves. So the premise is we interview mostly, you know, designers, a lot of low-key, more blue-collar designers, which you'll find here in Pittsburgh. But the people that, you know, most people aren't interviewing in their podcasts, like Debbie Millman interviews big names. We'll occasionally do that too, but most of the time we're trying to get to the nitty-gritty, the people who experience it, the majority, you know, the mass callers. So that it's facilitation, which means we have to find people to interview. So how do we find people to interview? Well, we find people that we know, people who make suggestions of people of, you know, interesting people that may be fun on a podcast. We're not limiting ourselves to designers, so occasionally we'll be, you know, reaching out for some different things in the future, maybe some illustrators. So the other thing we want to do is community involvement, because that's another big part of this. So for every interview, we put it out on the Twitters and the Facebooks, and we allow people to submit questions for each interview, for every person we interview. That's one of the requirements if you're going to be a guest on our show, is that you have to let us promote this and let users submit, or not users, I keep thinking out their terms, but people to submit questions. So interview prep. You're probably wondering, why is that guy there? Well, we're creepers. Basically, internet creepers. We will go on the internet and find out everything we possibly can about you, from stalking you on Facebook and Twitter, Wikipedia pages, web pages, just everywhere and anywhere.
We've gotten really good at it too.
Yeah, it's
anybody in here.
Yeah, we're totally creepy. Like, you'd be surprised what we can find out. The interview itself. So then we have people in. We try and keep things nice and easy. We try and make them feel at home, but we create all those questions, and then we just have a general conversation. We're not, you know, we're kind of off the cuff. We mess things up a lot. I mispronounce things. Carl jacks up everybody's name. We just try and keep things low key. So that leads to this. We're kind of goofy. What'd you say?
Yeah, I mean, our personalities definitely come out during the podcast. So John and I have been friends for a long time. We tend to argue a little bit, and not necessarily about like things that are important, but stupid things. Like, dude, your socks are like purple. Like, dude, no, they're not. They're like a light purple rain. I don't know. So let me get into like how we do the podcast. Creating a podcast is easy. So all you need is a computer, some software that can record. If you want to sound great, get yourself a $50 or $100 mic. It's not very expensive, and you sound like a pro. And so we
don't
sit down.
sound like pros.
Well, sometimes you do. I like to think.
So release prep. Carl will edit the podcast, and I take care of the rest. So I get everything ready to post it through AIGA's website, and then push it out to iTunes, and then alert everybody on the social medias. So it really is a lot of Carl's editing, which takes a lot of time.
But as long as it takes a listen to the episode.
What do you use?
Audacity.
So then after we update this, right, that's just blinded me. I'm going to stand over here. after. So after we get all that ready, we publish it. And publishing is just pushing out to the website and then promoting it on the social media. So telling everybody, hey, guess what? We have a new episode up on Twitter, Facebook, everywhere we can. And then we have AIGA, since it's an AIGA-sponsored podcast, to promote it. Now, Pinterest. I want to push this out because we're trying to do something a little different than what Pinterest is actually being used for. And that's we create a visual history of each episode. So we go in and create a board for each guest that we have on, and then we post links and images that relate to the actual interview itself. And we give each guest access to that Pinterest board if they have a Pinterest account, so they can go through and add links that they think are, a part of it.
Random interviews, huh? Okay.
Grab some.
Lady in the pink and Argyle sweater.
What is your name and what do you do?
Lynn High, and I'm a retirement plan coordinator.
A retirement plan.
Exciting.
Coordinator, yes, I like it.
I love the research.
Me too.
New question. In your professional opinion, which font is better, Papyrus or Comic Sans?
Papyrus.
Why so?
Because Comic Sans sucks.
Yes, I'm totally on board with you. Thank you.
Papyrus is the devil. Devil. I'm going to always say Papyrus is the worst because I hate it.
I'll say it's the best, Joe. It's the best.
So, why did you come to PKA?
Because my friend is presenting.
Oh, who's your presenter? Or who's your friend? Oh,
Yeah.
there she is.
I'm after you.
Well, you made her soon enough, won't you?
Hopefully we're a tough act to follow. That's what
I
I'm
would
hoping.
hope so. Okay, so the last slide.
Oh, this is the last question. Where can people find you on the internet? Do you have a website for people to get your services?
No.
No. So we always ask people, where can we find you on the internet? Because we're all about self-promoting on the interview. So anybody comes on, if you have swag that you need to sell,
Craigslist,
more than
you're on
happy to come in. So find us everywhere. We're all over the social media, at Creative Reviews, on everything. We have a Facebook page, we have a Twitter account, obviously the Pinterest. We're on iTunes. Go find us on iTunes.
Give us
Subscribe
2
to
thumbs
us.
up.
Listen to us. 4 stars. Stars.
Give
Stars.
us stars.
You should know better. We've been doing this for like almost 6 months now. Thank you.